All right, here we go. Start by drawing that square you're going to draw your water droplet inside of. Now find something round, trace that. On the outside of this circle, we are going to fill in the box with a mid-tone color. You could do whatever color. I'm doing orange here. Now, make sure you are not pressing hard with your colored pencil. We want to press lightly so that we can build up that color gradually. Notice I'm holding my colored pencil back towards the end. That way I'm less able to push down on that colored pencil. I have a little less control, but I would prefer to lose that and gain a little bit more ability to press lightly on my paper. That way this doesn't get too dark too quick. And take your time with this. Don't try to go as fast as I am right now. I personally like to outline this box with a Sharpie. I think it helps the overall 3D illusion pop in the end, but that is optional. You don't have to do that. Now I'm going to take that same orange colored pencil and I'm going to fill in my circle with darks and lights. And I just marked out two little highlight spots. So I'm not going to color in those two circles that I just marked with my pencil because I want those to be nice and white. So on this side with the highlights, I'm going to do my darkest oranges. Again, I'm not pressing hard. I'm just using medium pressure and building up the color by going over the spots a few times. And remember to color around those highlights so that you end up with a nice bright highlight in the end. So I'm just gradually building that color up on this side, remembering that my circle is round and therefore my coloring should follow that shape. Just erasing those highlights a little bit, going back in and slowly building up that darker orange value. As I move away from those highlights, I'm going to build up the color less and less so that on the opposite side of the highlights, my circle is pretty light, almost white even. So my background is a mid-tone. I've got my highlights in those two spots. The dark side of the circle is on the highlight side. Then I'm getting into more midtones in the center of that circle. And on the opposite side of those highlights, my circle is pretty white. It's almost lighter than my background, and that's okay. The cool thing about colored pencils is once you have really built up that color and it doesn't seem like you can get it any darker, you could come in with a darker like color. So red and orange are similar. Red is a little bit darker than my orange in this case, so I'm adding a little bit of red on top of that orange, still pressing lightly to just darken it up a bit on that side. Now I'm going to take that same red and I'm going to add my shadow. So this is really where my darkest dark is. And this is the cast shadow that the light is casting from this water droplet on my surface. And I'm really darkening that up. Now I am pressing a little bit harder with my colored pencil. And I'm feathering those edges so that as it moves away from the water droplet, it's not such a harsh line. And again, I'm coming in with a darker like color, in this case, purple, and I'm making that shadow really dark right next to the edge. And there you go.